In the tranquil yet treacherous expanse of the North Atlantic, the sea's beauty masked its peril. Jenna Hayes, a marine biologist with a deep love for ocean life, found herself on a solitary expedition. Her life revolved around studying seals, creatures she admired for their intelligence and playfulness. That passion brought her to a remote coastal village where icy waters stretched endlessly under a pale, wintry sky. Jenna was no stranger to the sea's unpredictability. Years of experience had taught her to respect its immense power, but on this particular day, her cautious nature faltered. She ventured out on a small research boat to document a pod of seals rumored to frequent the area. The ocean was calm when she departed, the rhythmic lapping of waves against the boat's hull a soothing backdrop. She felt a sense of wonder as she spotted seals bobbing like dark specks against the horizon. As the hours passed, the weather shifted with startling speed. The sky darkened, heavy clouds rolling in like a curtain drawn across the heavens. The wind picked up, its icy fingers slicing through her coat. Jenna, engrossed in her work, failed to notice the impending storm until it was too late. By the time she decided to head back, the waves had grown fierce, tossing her small boat like a toy in a child's hands. A rogue wave struck, and Jenna lost her balance. She clung desperately to the side of the boat, her fingers numb with cold. Another wave crashed over her, and this time, she couldn't hold on. With a gut-wrenching cry, she plunged into the freezing waters. The shock was immediate and brutal. The cold wrapped around her like a vice, stealing her breath. Panic set in as she struggled to keep her head above water. Her boat drifted farther away, and the shoreline was a distant blur. The realization that she might not make it out alive hit her with the weight of an anchor. As her strength waned, Jenna's mind flashed with memories, her parents, her childhood trips to the beach, the first time she saw a seal up close. She thought about the unfinished work she had dedicated her life to, and the dreams she might never fulfill. The sea seemed determined to claim her, pulling her under with an unforgiving grip. But then something extraordinary happened. Out of the corner of her eye, Jenna saw a sleek figure gliding through the water. At first, she thought it was a hallucination brought on by hypothermia. But as the figure drew closer, she realized it was a seal. Its large, dark eyes met hers, radiating an almost human-like concern. Jenna's shivering body was too weak to resist as the seal nudged her with its nose, as if urging her to hold on. The seal circled her, its movements deliberate and purposeful. Jenna felt a faint spark of hope. Could this creature somehow understand her plight? The seal positioned itself under her, its body a buoy in the icy abyss. It gently lifted her, giving her a momentary reprieve from the relentless cold. With immense effort, Jenna wrapped her arms around the seal's neck. She felt its warmth against her frozen skin, a stark contrast to the icy water. The seal began to swim, its powerful body cutting through the waves with ease. Jenna clung to it, her strength ebbing away with every passing second. She didn't know how long they traveled together. Time lost meaning as she hovered on the edge of consciousness. The seal's steady movements were the only thing tethering her to life. Finally, she felt a jolt as her body hit something solid. The seal had brought her to a cluster of rocks near the shoreline. Jenna collapsed onto the jagged surface, too weak to move. The seal remained by her side, its watchful eyes scanning the horizon. It barked loudly, a sound that echoed across the desolate coast. Jenna's vision blurred, but she thought she saw figures running toward her. The barking had drawn the attention of local fishermen, who had been searching for her after noticing the storm. Strong hands lifted her, wrapping her in warm blankets. As the fishermen carried her to safety, she turned her head to look for the seal. It lingered at the edge of the water, its eyes meeting hers one last time before it slipped beneath the waves. Jenna spent days recovering in the village hospital. Her body was battered, and the doctors were amazed she had survived the freezing waters. When she told them about the seal, They listened with a mix of awe and skepticism. Some believed it was a miracle. Others dismissed it as the desperate imaginings of a woman on the brink of death. But Jenna knew the truth. The seal had saved her life. She felt a profound connection to the creature, a bond she couldn't explain. As soon as she was well enough, she returned to the shoreline, hoping to see her rescuer again. She brought fish as an offering, scattering them in the water and calling out softly. Days turned into weeks, and just when she began to lose hope, she saw it, the familiar sleek figure gliding through the waves. The seal approached cautiously, its movements graceful and assured. Jenna's heart swelled with gratitude as she knelt by the water's edge. She didn't know if the seal understood her words, but she spoke anyway, pouring out her thanks and admiration. From that day on, Jenna and the seal shared a unique friendship. It often appeared during her research trips, its presence a comforting reminder of her second chance at life. She named it Aurora, after the northern lights that illuminated the sky on the night of her rescue. Jenna's ordeal changed her in profound ways. She became an advocate for marine life conservation, sharing her story to raise awareness about the intelligence and empathy of these incredible creatures. Her bond with Aurora inspired countless others to see seals not just as animals, but as sentient beings capable of extraordinary acts of kindness. Years later, Jenna would often stand on the same rocky shoreline, gazing out at the sea. The memory of that fateful day remained vivid, a testament to the seal's courage and compassion. Aurora continued to visit, a loyal guardian in the vast, untamed ocean. Jenna's life was forever intertwined with the sea, not just as a scientist, but as someone who had been saved by its most unexpected hero. And every time she looked into Aurora's eyes, she was reminded of the unbreakable bond between humans and the natural world, a bond that, in her darkest hour, had brought her back to the light.